Hey, Danny Ray with Pinnacle Quote Life Insurance Specialist. Just coming today again. It's October 24th, and I want to go ahead and talk about a topic right now: the $1 million term life insurance policy, the $1 million term life insurance policy. Now, informed people understand the importance of life insurance. It's key to protect your family. Without life insurance, your family is at the risk of inheriting all your debts, okay, and paying for your final expenses, which could cost around at least 10 grand, okay, alone. Okay, however, with a solid life insurance plan, okay, you can keep your family financially secure for years after you pass on. All right, this is why purchasing life insurance is so important. All right, however, what kind of life insurance you buy, and as well as how much, are questions that you need to be answered to make sure that you're properly protecting your family in the event that you don't come home one day. Okay, now, how big of a policy should you purchase? Now, people are always surprised at how much life insurance it takes to receive the proper amount of coverage for their family. Okay, some people assume that 100,000 will certainly be enough. Okay, however, as alluded, and I will talk about it again. Life insurance goes very quickly. Okay, there are a lot of expenses to cover. Even a $1 million policy might not be enough for full coverage. Okay, to protect your family. Now, again, you got to think of it this way. Depending on how young your kids are, okay. Here at Pinnacle Quote, we specialize in larger policies as well. Okay, but I always bring it down to multiples of income. So if you make 100 grand and you're 35 years old and you got 2 or 3 year olds running around the house, you're probably going to need a $2 million policy. All right, because you want to make sure that if you die, let's just say a year from then, when your kids are 3 and 4, maybe you got an infant on the way, you want to make sure that they're financially taken care of until they're throwing a cap and gown up in the air and they graduate college when they become sufficient adults. Because when you get married, that's what you visualize. You visualize the next 22 or 3 to 4 decades where your family's growing. You're thinking about flag football. You're thinking about lacrosse. You're thinking about the play at school, formal dances. I mean, this is all that flashes through your head when you're married and you have kids. So you want to make sure that what you visualize is all going to be taken care of. Okay. Now, the things that need to be considered when choosing the amount of life insurance is you want to look at the rates for $1 million policy or whatever you think. Okay. In this case, I'm going to use $1 million because it's a round number. Okay. Most carrier companies, the average American makes $50,000 to $75,000 a year. So $1 million is more than enough to cover the family in some cases. Again, rule of thumb is usually start off with 10 times your income. But again, if you have children that are under the age of 8, you need more than 10 times. Okay. So I'm going to go talk about a few prices to give you some sort of a general idea of what a $1 million life insurance policy would cost you by age. Okay, which is really important because, again, as you get older, okay, your life insurance gets more expensive if you don't have something locked in. Okay, so I'll give you an example. Like if you're a 30-year-old male, okay, $1 million policy, and you're healthy, all right, that means you're preferred plus best class. You're talking $1 million policy is going to be $35 a month. All right, sounds great, right? Okay, if you're 40, it goes up to $55 a month. Okay, now if you're 50 years old and you want $1 million policy and you're in perfect health, that price goes to 150. So it increases 300% just in one decade. Okay, so if you're age 60 and you want that $1 million policy, that premium goes up to about $430 a month. Okay, again, it goes up 300% over a decade if you don't have something locked in. And of course, if you're 70 years old and you need $1 million policy, all right, remember, if you're a male, you're about 7 years away from mortality age. So if you're 70 and you want $1 million policy and you're in really good health, you're going to be looking at $1,600 a month. So the moral to me explaining this to you is that whenever I speak to a client that's under the age of 40, I'm committed to them to make sure they don't ever have to do this again because all they're going to do is throw money away. Okay, so again, if I get a 35-year-old person on the phone, okay, remember, they're just getting established. Kids are just getting born. They're starting to make some money. They probably just bought a house. So they don't have, means necessary to have a huge payment. So the most important time to get life insurance is when you're 35. You can go at 30 years and retire, okay, and then make sure everybody's taken care of. So it's very important to get life insurance as early as possible, okay, as young as possible. There's no better time than now, okay? And again, as you can see, rates go up considerably based on age. So with that being said, I'll give you an example. If you had a mortgage on your home, okay, and your term life is often bought in accordance with the mortgage. Okay, someone that took out a 10-year mortgage on their house will often want to take out a 10-year term policy. Okay, so that's something that if God forbid something happened to them, that mortgage is taken care of. You know, you want to think about special events. Perhaps you want to cover a few weddings or graduations for kids. These are all things I want to speak to you about that comes into effect when you're thinking about how much coverage you need and based off a $1 million policy. Okay, you want to make sure you replace your income. Okay, you probably want to replace the income that you're receiving. Okay, whether it's a salary or retirement income. Okay, this way you can still support your family financially after you're no longer here. All right. So, and of course, final expense, you know, loose ends, funeral costs, the whole 9 yards. Again, what I do is I like to do multiples of income. Okay, we can speak about mortgages and tuition and everything else. It comes down to what you make a year. Okay, so I'll give an example. If you 20 times your income, you need $2 million. Now, there's other ways to get the policy more affordable. Okay, it's a secret that I have. Strategies. I have a lot of life insurance strategies that can save you a boatload of money. I just saved a client $35,000 over 30 years because I showed him a strategy. Okay, it works hand over fist. It puts you in a position to get everything you need now, but make sure you're not paying for something down the road that you don't need it any longer. Again, 80% of the people that call me in their 50s tell me, Danny, I just don't need this much life insurance. My kids are grown. Okay, so I try to prevent that from ever happening. Okay, now again, getting the cheapest life insurance, you'll want to make an excellent impression on the insurance company as far as health-wise. Okay, remember they're going to evaluate you. Okay, if you're smoking, just stop smoking. It's going to cost you low six figures in the next 30 years just in insurance premiums and smoking. Okay, so quit that smoking. Okay, and again, anything you can do to improve your general health will always do boatloads of help. So again, before applying, we recommend you exercise frequently, eating healthy, just live a healthy lifestyle. Okay, you don't have to be running marathons or being in the gym 6 days a week. Okay, just eat healthy and move around. All right. And again, we always recommend you shop with an independent agent. I mean, again, here at Pinnacle Quote, that's what we do. Okay, we're independent agents. We have relationships with over 4 dozen carriers, and again, we will guarantee we get you the best rate, hands down. We're not married to any insurance company. We work for you, not them. Okay, so that's pretty much on a $1 million policy and exactly how much life insurance you probably need. Okay, but give us a call. I could do a policy review for you, and literally with less than 10 minutes. I've been doing this a long time. I'm very efficient. I keep things very simple. It should be. It's life insurance. All right, so give me a call at 855-380-3300. Visit us on the web at pinnaclequote.com. Okay, also you can get an instant quote online. Okay, or you can schedule a time to talk under the Let's Talk option on the website. And again, we have our blog as well, which we're adding impairments every day, where eventually you're going to be able to go there and you'll be able to search any impairment and pretty much give you a blueprint how to get life insurance and how to do it through us. Okay, so again, it's educational, but also it puts you in contact with us to make sure with absolute certainty that you get the best price policy with the best carrier for the best price, hands down. All right. So again, give us a call at 855-380-3300, and I hope you guys are doing well. Have a great week and be safe. All right.